you recorded?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning. Thanks for coming this morning, virtually or in person, whichever your preference is. Both are fine. So I want to recognize our top agents for March. So she's on vacation, so she's not on here, but Nancy Acevedo Roddy. Yay. Nakia Heston, and Kia is at work, unfortunately, so Kia can't receive her accolades, but we can still give her one of these, right? One for recording later. And Chris Moore, but Chris is not here. Where's Chris? Chris is always on here.
No.
Maybe he'll still join.
Yeah,
He works till real late at night, so he might still be sleeping. But congratulations to the top March agents. All right, so Sam's going to run most of our meeting today. So we have a couple things that she's going to show. So obviously we are doing a lot more buyer presentations than we ever used to do. So when you're doing a buyer consultation, frequently you're going to do either a printed presentation like this, or maybe, show it on a laptop, do it online. But we're gonna be doing a lot more of them, so I thought what we would do is maybe get you guys a couple other options in addition to what's in Command. Now, the one in Command is very good, it's very customizable. Obviously, it's all branded, it checks all the boxes. But some people do like something they can, maybe edit more, maybe customize more, maybe something that looks different than what everyone else has, which I'm probably in that category myself, so I get it. So, Sam and I got on Etsy. We found a couple other templates of buyer and seller guides. So these are both buyer and seller guides, which again, these are just additional options in addition to what's in Command. So this is not replacing that one. This is in addition to, if you're so inclined. So I've got printed versions that I'm going to pass around here to folks at the table. And then Sam's also going to come up on the screen. So what we did, we got the template online. I did go in and do a little editing. I added some logos to it. Sam kind of did one as if she was the agent for it, put her picture and her info in. We did a little bit of editing. There's probably still some additional editing that may be needed in the text portion of it, but this is more or less a plug and play for you guys. So there's not a whole lot you would need to do. But I'll let Sam kind of take over and show what they look like. There are, again, both buyer and seller guides. What I will say about the seller guide real quick is the one disadvantage maybe of using this for a listing presentation is there's not going to be a seamless way to get your comps into the presentation.
that is true.
So and not everyone even puts comps into their presentation, but if you wanted your comps as part of your booklet or whatever, there's not going to be a seamless way to do that. You would have to just literally print probably RPR reports or whatever, which we'll go over later on too, and insert them in, which is perfectly acceptable, just may not be the same theme as the rest of your book.
You could even, if you needed help, you could even combine them, so you could put them in the book together. So,
But yeah, I'll let Sam take over here and show you what these look like.
yeah, so a lot of these, well, all of them are basically done. It's like you said, it's just plug and play. And I think there's only 3 or 4 things that you would really need to plug and play. There's also like several different options when it comes to covers. So this is the black one. We have a black and white buyer's guide, and we also have a black and white seller's guide. So I'll go over the white one after this, but they're very similar. Just only a few formatting things, but all the information is the same. They were bought from the same retailer, so it's pretty seamless. So this is obviously the first cover. This is another cover you could pick from, and then it also has another cover. And then this would be the first page. You would obviously edit this one. This one is me, but you would put your headshot there, and then you would put your bio in there. This is only like a 6-sentence bio, so just a paragraph works. And then you'll have to edit this page. So this has all of basically the important people in the brokerage.
Oh, I'm an important person. I'm so flattered.
Just
No
if
one's ever called me important before.
I really doubt that.
Uh,
Yeah. But no, just people that will also probably be involved in, your client's transactions, not including yourself. I mean, hopefully they'll never have to talk to Lori. That'd be a
Right.
worst case scenario,
Right.
but like, they probably would have to talk to Nick or Rick or I, so that is why that's just displayed there.
And all of these pages are optional too. Like,
Absolutely.
You don't have to include this page.
No. And if you wanna change Bill's photo, cause she looks sporty, that's probably a really old picture, we can do that, but yeah, anything is, editable in here. And then this is another page to promote yourself, and you have to put your contact information in there, and this is just little social media bubbles, those aren't linked to anything, and then I just put my tag underneath here. And then as you go throughout, this is where you truly don't edit anything. So this is,
Still could though.
you still absolutely could. I mean, if you wanted to, if you had anything you wanted to add in here, go right ahead. But, yeah, this is the buyer's roadmap and both of those have this. And then they basically just have steps like choosing the right agent, meeting with like a lender and financing records.
I like that checklist.
I do too.
I really like that checklist.
Yeah, this is very
That's
helpful.
great.
Yeah, like that's seriously helpful. And some of us might not even know you need this, so makes us look better.
Yeah,
So, it's that, and then, yeah, it just kind of goes into the steps of like what you would do with a buyer, and then I think it's really seamless, I think it's really easy to present, I think honestly it presents it for itself. So you don't need to do much explanation, I think the explanations are pretty easy, and like, like, I like to say, like, I can't understand things super easily without like, in like dummy terms, like, how to like learn guitar for a dummy. Like I need things in that kind of terms. And I think that's how it words that without not actually making it sound
Doesn't
stupid.
sound condescending.
No, exactly. So that's why I liked this one too. And also not all the cursive. I hate the cursive. Like, like all the buyer's guides you see with like all the random
Yeah.
cursive. I hate that. So I got one without any
Yeah,
cursive.
it's nice and clean and modern.
Yes. And I mean, if you look cursive, you can change the fonts, like anything is changeable in here. You don't have to leave it like this. You don't have to use it, but it's just here for you.
it's free.
It is very free.
Maybe free.
And then it ends with.
I like that.
Yeah, no, it's super cute. And then, it has a moving
That's
checklist.
cute.
And it just has notes. And, also when you do these, just a little note to keep in the back of your mind is that all of these are like an even amount of number of pages because the pages are double-sided. So here's my key one. I'm gonna get up close to the camera. So like, I don't know if you guys can see, can you like look on my like screen and see if like I'm getting it close to the camera?
Yeah.
If you can see that like the back page has something on it,
Well,
the back page should always like end with something. You don't want your back page empty. So just like make sure that if you're doing one of these presentations, that you have an even amount of pages. I hope that makes sense. I have a question.
Question.
so I just have a question because there's something that this guide has that this guide doesn't have that this guide has.
Yes,
So how do I copy a page and then insert it to that? I know how to add a page.
you could do that if you wanted. What page is it?
I really like the resource tab, the resource page in the
Oh.
back, because it gives, the client some
Okay.
the ability to share
I'm
resources.
sure that I can probably format this page into that,
Yeah,
honestly, and just
That
change
would
a
be
few
great.
colors. So that's just what we'll do.
That-
I'll make a note of that.
Yeah.
But now we can go, yeah. We can go into the
Real
list.
quick note on the one with the black backgrounds. This is not something you're gonna wanna print either on regular paper.
Oh,
because
no.
that-
Yeah.
That black ink's gonna bleed through.
Okay,
Also, you probably wanna send it to Staples, which is what
Yes.
Sam did.
okay.
It
Yeah.
printed really well at Staples.
Because
Yeah,
I was
So,
wondering, it seemed as though that paper was a lot more
Yeah,
quality.
for you guys on Zoom, we printed it on what was this paper called, Sam?
So it was, I don't know what it was called. It was like executive white.
It's
or
got a little
something.
bit of a sheen to it,
Yeah.
and
It's
it's thicker
like-
than
it's-
copier paper.
How
It's
much
not
should it
card,
cost?
it's not card stock, but it's thicker.
Chelsea wants to know,
So if I can, what I'm gonna do is if any of you want a copy of this, just, so Chelsea,
Yeah, Chelsea.
anyone else,
me,
I will make a copy of both
I
of
think
them.
everybody,
Yeah, okay, so I'll make a copy of your specific copy for you, and then I'll send it to you, and then you can access it through your Canva account and, add your photos and your text and everything. So I'll go ahead and do that today, and that'll be my next little task, is just to make a copy for everyone, so you can mess around with it.
And
'cause-
you could even send the Staples info too, like.
Oh,
yeah,
or
that would be great.
stuff like-
Yeah,
because it's good to know. I
Yeah.
was wondering, I was gonna ask about that, and I'm glad
Yeah,
you brought it
so-
up.
one copy
So
of
pretty.
that, thank you. One copy of the book was about $12, which honestly, to me, that's not bad at all for how high quality it is.
For the whole thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
For the black
So,
one.
This is probably where you could put that page.
yeah, honestly, I don't need my picture there like 3 times. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, we could remove that
Yeah.
page and put that,
And then put that one.
yeah.
Sam, do you think, it would be cheaper if someone printed multiples of these versus just one?
I don't know if Staples has deals on that. I'm sure if you want to order them in bulk, Staples might have a deal or other printers might have a deal as well. I use Staples because it's the closest to my house and I just convenience,
'Cause I really don't think that this would vary from one client to the next.
Right,
Also-
right.
You could probably print a bunch of them. You could also print it, instead of putting it in the little binder like we did here, you could also print this where it's, printed as a booklet or it's stapled, like a stapled edge.
I will also say our lovely Rachel May has offered her printer to us. I don't know if it's that high quality of
Okay.
printer that it can do that.
Mhm.
But if you maybe wanted to be like, hey, do you have a high quality printer where I could print maybe my presentation?
The other one
What's
might
that?
print on that. I don't know about this with the
But
black back.
maybe not the black, but at least the white. So yeah,
She'd probably kill us if we printed.
Yeah.
yes, she would probably.
My
man.
black toner's all
Of
gone.
course, I've got to like the high dollar thing always.
But no, they really weren't that expensive to print,
Yeah.
in my opinion. I'm kind of a cheapskate, so I feel like, I don't know. It was 30 just to print those two, but like I said, I printed them on like the second most expensive paper. And it turned out amazing.
How much was it? For the
30 for both.
Okay, so 15.
Yeah, basically, and it does it on pages too, so like, it's 20 cents a page to print. So it was like, what, 30, how many pages, 20 pages in each, so yeah. Staples, I think has really good prices, so, and they did an amazing job.
Yeah, no, it turned out really good. I was
Like,
impressed.
I'm always impressed with.
And they
Staples.
bind it.
Well,
No, okay, so,
well, these aren't. They can.
They
They
can.
can. They can
that's
print it on-
another thing too,
They can
so,
print it on,
um,
statement size paper
Mhm.
and, fold it and put the staples in the edge.
that is another thing too, it is not.
We had some like super cheap ones if you were gonna.
It is not, binded, you can ask Staples to bind it for you if you would like, or, you could get like, I have, if I can figure out what I'm doing, I, got really cheap, full, like, book report, things from like Dollar Tree and just binded them in there, and I thought the Dollar Tree things were gonna be more quality than I expected, don't know why, but, they weren't.
Sometimes they can
Sometimes
surprise
they
you.
can, sometimes they can.
That looks like Dollar Tree.
But I shook it and it all fell apart, so I'm like, it's good in a rush, like if you seriously like needed one, like a buyer was like, can you meet right now? I'm like, well, let me go to Dollar Tree and grab that, and like, it would work, like it would absolutely work, but Staples, I think, would bind it for it, like you could, it has an option where you get them binded too. And, or make it into a book or do whatever you want, really.
But yeah, I'd recommend once you have your edits done, have your picture in there, all the changes that you wanna make, just print 10 of them or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's any discount, maybe not, but at least you don't have to go to Staples.
I mean, it might
Every
be,
time.
there might be.
Yeah.
As I only order like 10 like flyers at a time, like for open houses, if I can't get to the office to print like before my open house. Or like, some MLS printouts if I really need them, cause, I just don't like buying printer ink.
Let's just print one and then see how it turns out, and
Yeah.
then you can print more.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it's,
And
yeah,
then-
it's
Yep.
whatever you wanna do, but
Yep, yep.
this is the white one. This only has one cover option and it's actually presenting, which I don't like, but, yeah, so it's very similar. It's got the same agent picture in the bio. And then it's got the contacts. This has less contacts because this one had 4 options for contacts originally, and we're like, well, we have more than 4, but we could fix 3. And I forgot to add Rick's bio, but I'll fix that when I send everyone the copy. Yeah, so it has, again, the "We're here to help you" tab with some contacts of who they might be interacting with besides their agent. And then it's got another home buyer's roadmap. This one's got some real estate terms too, which I like. I think that's fun. And then this one also has a table of contents. You can delete that if you wanted to. I kind of think it's mundane. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's not-
and then
it's not
you
like-
have the prepare to buy right after. So yeah, like
Yeah.
it's a little like, come on, let's get it going.
So maybe if you wanted to keep the even number of pages, those would be the 2.
Exactly. So then it has like a find a great agent tab, like kind of like pick your agent on the other one. And then financial again, and picking a lender. And then this one's like the actual home buying process of touring homes. And all that, like just information stuff. And then we're getting to the part that our CEO was talking about. Also, all of these have customer testimonial tabs. You can delete these pages if you don't want to ask your clients for reviews, and if you don't want to put their picture, just delete that page. I mean, that's all you gotta do.
I think you could get a customer testimonial from an active client too. Like, I don't feel like this has to be closed transactions.
You can get it
If you're
from,
actively working with someone, they've already had some experience with you, like get a testimonial.
Mhm. And then this resource tab right here. I didn't fill it out because I was like, no, I don't have any electrical and plumbing people, but obviously everyone has their own contacts. You can fill that out if you like, you can delete it. I'm also gonna add this, just a black version into the black one, for you guys, because that's what Marcia was talking about. So we're just gonna do that because, I mean, I really like this page.
Yeah.
You could get a lot of this
Yeah.
from, to the office. with-
Oh, right, the
Vendor
vendor list.
list.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
vendor
literally
list,
have a brokerage vendor list, so we
Yeah.
could just input those on there if we would like. And then it's got the home touring checklist again, and then another tab with your face on it that you can delete, or we can replace with
Can
the,
you go to that last page? I'm
Yeah.
sorry, just for a second.
Mhm.
Okay, so that was just their feedback page? like-
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
so yeah, the agent would probably fill all that up first, and then you would give it to your.
Okay, all right.
So for that, like, you just have
Yeah.
to give one book per property, or we even?
No, so this is one book per buyer. I know
Yeah.
it's kind of dumb that I only
Yeah.
have one.
I know that was-
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just take that out. Yeah, that's a good point. You're right.
That's a good thing. I mean, if you wanted to print those and.
I would,
you're-
yeah,
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
say
Yeah.
that.
You can take it with you.
But as part of the brochure.
Yeah,
that's what
maybe
they
like,
say.
yeah, just one.
Yeah, we could
one
separate that.
like Paper like this or
We have to
something.
have like some buyers questionnaires, like if you're wanting to get more information, like specifically that your buyer is looking for. If you want to get detailed, like that detailed,
Mhm.
you have that option to present that to them. I mean, if that's something that you're looking to do with your buyer, if you don't know enough about and you're trying to get in there.
But yeah, no, everything is editable. When you open your Canva link, it'll look exactly like the document. You'll have all of the editing capability, and you won't have the master copy, so you won't have the risk of accidentally ruining the master. So-
Thank God.
Yeah, so everyone is going to have literally 2 buyer's guides, and it's gonna say buyer guide 1 dash your name. And
You should do fire guide black, fire guide white.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah,
Well, someone made fun of me when I did that. I guess I did put the color in.
The reason I made fun of it, because it said black buyer guy.
you gotta do buyer guide
Yeah,
black,
so that,
buyer guide.
that way sounds acceptable.
Perfect, guys.
That is funny. That would be funny, yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe they do like a wires guy in black.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe just add us to this.
Yeah.
Semantics makes a big.
Changes the story.
Looked at it and he was like,
Yeah, I'm like, this gotta change. Hey Sam, can you show for printing purposes, how to
Yes.
do the flattened PDF and
I can do that.
that part?
Yes, so when you are ready and you have all of your pictures and your words that you want in there, you're gonna hit share. You're gonna go to download, and you're not gonna do an MP4 video. You're gonna do a PDF print, and you're just gonna hit flatten PDF. That's just, it makes, I'm not sure what it does, but I mean, it flattens it, but it makes it easier for the printer to like,
It just looks
Yeah, it
better.
just
I
looks
don't
better.
even know what it's
You
doing
can
exactly.
click on the eye right next to it with the circle and maybe you can read it.
yeah, maybe we can,
Yeah,
converts your design with multiple layers into one.
Yeah, so that's the problem. If you don't flatten it, you can see the layers. And you'll see the outline, like even if it's something that's black on black,
Yeah,
you'll still see the outline of the
Oh.
other image.
as if it's you
Yeah,
making it on.
Yeah.
yeah. So basically keeps, so you don't see the edges of each graphic on there,
Right.
basically.
Okay.
Yeah, and then, you can delete pages, but even if you're like, well, I just don't want this one page in there for this one,
Ever.
or just for one, you can just unselect, and it'll still download every page, but that one, that way you don't have to like, you know? And then also just leave it in, well, should they print it in CMYK?
well, that's only for professional, wait,
Well, these are professional
wait,
printers.
I think you have to you have to have Canva Pro. Do
I
you
have
see
it.
the? Well, I mean,
Okay,
we
fair
don't,
enough.
but
Not everyone has Canva Pro, so just
So
use ours.
digital users like just send it to them then? Like,
So then, so let's just, I already have it downloaded, but I download it. And then I would just go into Staples
I need to get Canva Pro.
and
Right.
and just go continue
trial.
shopping.
Yeah.
And it is just the simple print right down here. And then it'll just go start project. And it's gonna go into your files and be like, which one do you wanna do? And then, you import it in.
Wait, what is that for?
This is
That's
if you
to
wanna do
print.
it into Staples.
Oh, into Staples, you can do it simple. Oh, that goes to Staples?
Yeah, you just send it.
Well,
to
you
them.
gotta go into Staples, she,
Then you gotta
wait,
pick it up later that day.
Yeah.
you had to open that tab, correct?
Yes, I did
Okay,
have
she
to.
had to open that
What
tab, so
tab
it
did you
didn't go straight.
Oh,
to-
I just went to Staples.
Oh, you went to Staples.
And then
So
I
you
just-
have to have the
I
Staples.
thought it was big.
No, that's what
I could have made that a little bit.
Yeah.
But no, I was just saying as like, I would download it and then I would go to staples.com and then
Yeah.
it just uploads into Staples.
She just is ready for us, okay?
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
like super
Yeah.
ready.
And then, I'll show you.
She did it.
I'll show you what
seamlessly.
paper I picked now that we're in here too.
And if you're printing the one with the black background, I'm not calling it the Black Buyer's Guide. If you're printing this one, if you're printing this one, remember that there are 3 cover options. So
Yes.
you don't want to include all 3.
And
covers.
that's when that page option would be really good, where you
Yeah.
could click 2 and then the rest, or 3 and so on, and 1 and then the rest.
Yeah.
That's what that is. That's kind of what I was saying to use it for. I just couldn't get those words out. And then you're gonna wanna do double-sided, cause it's gonna be a
Oh,
book.
yeah, like,
Yeah, definitely double-sided. It'll look weird.
And
to
keep
people.
it head to
Yeah.
head, cause
And
I was like,
also-
what's head to toe? It makes it a flip book.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love
that toe would be
this.
like end to end, yeah.
What other,
And then executive white. That's what it was called, executive white. That's the paper I used.
Yeah, I think that's the perfect paper.
Yep, it's for presentations, brochures. White cardstock would just be too much. Thank you.
so you will type that in there, all right?
What?
You wouldn't like all this stuff,
No, so you will order this through Staples.
No, I meant,
but there's
when
gonna,
you send it to us, will you at least tell us what?
Oh, yeah, yeah, and this will also be recorded, but
recorded.
yeah, I'll just send you the, I'll
the
just
link
link when it
for the
is.
YouTube link, yeah. That way, if you.
I'll write instructions out.
Thank you.
And
That's what I'm going for.
Yes. And then,
She is.
once you do that, I don't know, yeah, Staples, don't do that. And then choose delivery method. If you have you don't need a Staples account. I don't have a Staples account. Maybe there's better deals if you do, but probably.
At least
I'm
like,
probably
10%
wasting money.
off, 20%.
Yeah, but I'm probably wasting money.
Oh, well, shoot, I better get on that. I like saving money, okay?
And then if you pick it up for free, you can just go pick it up for free. Or you can pay for it to get done quicker, but if you order them before 12 PM, they will be done that next day. I mean, the same day, but if you order them after 12 PM, they'll probably not be ready till the next day. Staples was really backed up yesterday and I have no clue why, so just keep that in mind, yeah.
Cause all the
If you
agents
want-
are printing out their buyer's guide.
Yeah. So yeah, you can pick it up for free and then you can pay, before, like you can pay right now or you can pay in person. So, yeah, it's really like, Staples makes it so easy. And like, yeah, if you're like, well, I don't wanna pay right now, I'll pay later. You can go pay later, which that's my favorite thing, like genuinely, cause I hate prepaying. Cause I'm like, well, what if I don't like it? So yeah, you don't have to pay until you get there too. So it's nice,
All right, guys, well, I want to move on to RPR.
yeah.
So, I know some of you have used RPR. To me, it's probably one of the most underutilized free tools that we have access to.
Yes.
So as part of your dues that you pay to NAR, they're providing RPR. And I'm guilty of it too. RPR came along like way after I was already an established agent and I just never got into the habit of using it. So I'm glad to see some of you newer folks are using it a lot. So yeah, so Sam's gonna go through and kind of show you kind of a overview of a lot of the real basic things you can do on RPR. But I do recommend it's only taking the full RPR classes, like through Columbus Realtors or even just, videos, just to kind of take a deeper dive into it.
Yeah, so, RPR is really awesome. I kind of honestly, I just stumbled across it. I was just messing around on Columbus Realtors and I was like, well, what the hell is this? And, I was just, I looked at my old address I lived in, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. And, I looked at my boyfriend's address. It's really awesome resource, but basically, RPR is the largest property database in the nation. It's accessible to all realtors. It's within our dues. It's not free because we pay for it, but, just, you don't know you're paying for it, so it's kind of free to you. And it's just included in our dues, so you're not outwardly paying for it. So, it's just really good to take advantage of or just even look through. So what kind of stuff does it offer? It offers all like public records, including owner information, property facts, maps.
Hey, can you show how to get into it from FlexMLS?
Yeah, absolutely. So my way of going to it is I look up Columbus Realtors and I have a tab that just goes straight to the portal. And
Okay,
then of course it logs me into.
so that's probably the
yes,
best way, but you can
yes.
also access it through FlexMLS. There's actually in the menu.
Yeah.
there's an RPR link.
Yes, there is an art, so if you go into Flex, yeah. So let me just log in my MLS.
Sam, do you know if you can do it from the mobile app on FlexMLS?
I don't know on the mobile app, but I also have a QR code for the mobile app of RPR right
Oh,
here,
there you go.
if you want that mobile RPR app. But yeah, so there's multiple ways to get to it. The Columbus Realtors portal, right here on MLS, it's right here. Also, if you were to look up any property, just do well, that's too old.
What are you looking for?
I was just gonna show, like, you can go to any, if you like, I'll look up Craigslist listing. So if you go, I saw it,
That's a nice listing.
yeah. So it is, in more. So if you go to this more tab, it'll open RPR for that specific property you're looking at as well.
That's great.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of different ways to get into RPR. There's also, you can just type rpr.com and log in, but I don't remember my login half the time, so I just like going to Columbus Realtors. So let's go back to RPR on that. So yeah, this is the home page. I just want to say, I want to make sure I saying everything that it offers. It also offers the mortgage and tax data, sales transactions, distress data, and a lot of the tools it has, so you can create a CMA on here. And it also has tools so you can, adjust for home improvements and other, like, they added a porch, or they added they finished the basement. You can, account for those things in the CMA. It also takes in consideration the market conditions and the home conditions. You can also create a seller net sheet on here. I know that Rick has shown me the title company that we use to use the seller net sheets, and honestly, I like that one a lot.
The nice thing about doing those on a title company site is it's automatically populating the title company's charges.
Exactly.
Whereas if you do one on here, it probably looks nicer, but you're gonna have to find out, well, what's the charge for a title
Right.
commitment? What's the charge for a deed prep, all that stuff.
So it has access to all of these things, but obviously other, what's the word, applications might do them better, but it is there for you, free. You can also create a bunch of different reports, which I have them in person, and I have them downloaded, so I'm gonna screen share those with you too. But there's market activity reports, buyer reports, neighborhood reports, and, yeah, a whole bunch of things. And they also show the pre-foreclosures, which I know in this day and age, that's like what, one?
Not a whole lot of,
One-
but
Yeah, it'll show,
it's a good way to find them. now.
yeah, it'll show the pre-foreclosures, the foreclosures, and distressed properties, for those kind of clients as well. There's also a lot for, commercial, real estate, that I did not dig into just because I don't know a damn thing about commercial real estate. But if you go into, I think it is, yeah, research, they have different like commercial, options as well. So if, I'm just gonna go through a property search of, if anyone has a property that they would like to do a search on, we can go through all the information if they have one, or if in the chat, or, if anyone in person has a property they wanna look at on our PR, anyone?
Anyone on Zoom?
Anyone got a buyer that they like?
Greg, you wanna look up that, Chapman?
Yeah, 5614 Chapman Road in Delaware.
Chapman Road in Delaware. All right, we got it. All right, so it's gonna come up with the closed price and AVM, which is basically like, describe that.
An APM is basically an algorithm-based value for a
Yeah.
property.
So,
They,
yeah,
they can be surprisingly accurate or they can be way off. So we
Yeah.
never want to rely on those, but it's,
and it even says AVM confidence.
yeah.
So that's a
Probably
1 star.
I was gonna say low on this one because there's like literally 0 comps for this house.
All right, so,
So maybe this one wasn't a good one to pull up. if you-
Maybe not.
comps, but-
well, not for, I was just even gonna show them all the information you can find. It wasn't really for comps. So you can see what it closed for and what date. So on March 22nd, 2019, it closed for 566. You can see obviously that AVM number. You can see the owner's name. You can see all the home information down here. So we got bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, lot dimensions, the garage, how many rooms, which all of this is on the MLS, and it does take it from the MLS. But what I like about RPR is that it has the realist information, the MLS information, and like all the public record information in one, so you don't have to like backtrack.
And the reports are just so nice looking too.
Yes. So then it's gonna show you the square footage on all the floors. Well, this house was not built in 1987.
No, but Craig, it looked like in the pictures, maybe it had an addition. I wonder if that was like when the
Yes.
addition was put on.
So this also doesn't show a lot of photos, I will be honest. It's a street view. So it's gonna show you what it looks like from the street.
That's still cool though that you can do that on here.
Yes. Which honestly, I kind of sometimes prefer a street view. Yeah, Craig, that's an
Hey,
interesting.
for what it's worth, when you run the reports, it will pull in historical photos that were used in previous listings on the MLS for you. It just has a terrible like cover photo.
And then if we keep going down, it's gonna show you the parcel number, what Delaware it's in, I mean, what county it's in. Yeah, what Delaware it's in, yeah, what city or municipality or what township it's in, which isn't that the one that we can get in trouble for on the MLS
Well, yeah,
municipality?
if you get it wrong, you can get a fine.
So,
Yeah.
look on RPR, cause if
Yeah.
it'll tell you. That's the easiest way I know to find the municipality of something is RPR.
Wow, that's good.
Okay. Good to know.
It also has like a plat map, just something cool to look at. It shows you all the schools that are nearby, owner specs, how long he's owned it for, and it's owner occupied. And then it's gonna show you all the MLS listings from 2005, but I know there's gotta be more. So let's do full page. One, is there like what's the word? Why would it not show all of the other listings?
Like canceled listings or expired listings, like.
I guess these are all disclosed listings.
Yeah, I wonder if it only shows, we'd have to.
Yeah, cause there should be
Is
an
it
expired
It's
from
expired.
this.
Oh, there is some
So yeah,
expired.
it showed all of them then.
Wait a minute, is
But-
that house?
Probably it's the first time it was sold was 2005 then. So,
No. So he bought it in 2019 for the original list price. Let's also see what else we can find on here.
they listed for 649, went down and listed again.
Oh, sorry, yeah, so it was listed at $599.90, but for $566, so. And it was on the market only for like a month and 2 weeks.
Yeah,
So he got it for
Um,
30,000 less than
Yeah.
list. And it
Yeah.
only sat on the market for a month.
which Craig and I were talking about that. I was kind of surprised by that too.
Mhm.
No, when it was listed for sale in 2015,
It was 634.
634 and then went down.
It's a very, very, very unique house.
Yeah, okay.
So there are literally no comps for this house. So when Craig was determining what the list price is going to be for this listing,
oh, man.
we kind of took a different approach. I'll just say it real quick, but I had him go look at the Central Ohio housing reports from the last 5 years, from like 2019 when they bought it. And we basically added in the appreciation, the year-over-year appreciation. Because there were 3 years in there where there was double-digit appreciation year over year. So it really like increased the value a lot. So the list price is actually gonna be $849.9.
Nice.
So luckily,
Wow.
luckily, we had a fairly recent sale as kind of our starting point.
Okay.
So I feel like that's a pretty scientific way to come up with a value.
I
If we
agree.
hadn't had that, this would have been a very, very, very difficult one to price.
Yeah, so,
Hey, Sam, I got a question. So I was thinking this would be a really good thing, this report would be a great thing to take to an open house
Mhm.
where you've got like all the school information.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But you wouldn't necessarily want to have like previous listings and stuff on it.
So you
Can-
can also, yeah, so
You
what
select what goes on
I
your report.
did on, I think, on one of these, I think it was the market activity report. That was like 60 pages long and all of the listings.
Oh.
So I took a lot of those out. So yeah, if you
So,
want.
so you can take it out before you print it though, or you just have to print it and take out the pages you don't want?
I think I had to just unselect the pages I didn't want through print.
Oh, but
No.
but you can select pages on
Yeah.
there, so they're
Um,
not actually printing,
not through RTR, like
Okay.
I had to, like when I was
like on
printing,
your
you know,
print menu.
yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
I just selected the pages I did not
gotcha.
want.
So I think in general, this would be a great thing to have at an open house where you have all of that other information that you wouldn't have just with a, like
Okay.
MLS printout, for example.
I
Yeah.
agree, because even when you have the MLS printout in front of you, someone's gonna ask you about a question about tax records.
Yeah.
It's not on there. You
Or-
can say what the tax
Or like,
was.
where's the elementary school or whatever.
Well, I will tell you, I would, somebody at my old brokerage, they would have, like, we would have the MLS front sheet. And then on the back sheet would be how close it is to schools, how close it is to dining places to eat.
Right.
Different locations like that.
So that
So it
would be
looked really
the,
good, it was very
that
pretty
would be the
looking.
neighborhood report, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So that does I know we're not supposed to talk about it, but I think it does talk about safety a little bit. It talks about demographics, housing stats. I'm not sure if it goes into like actual like, restaurants and like that
Yeah,
in the
that-
grocery stores, but I think it does talk about the statistics of what businesses are there and like
Okay.
what is in the neighborhood. I did that one for Forest Park. Rick's very familiar with it, and that's a neighborhood I'm very familiar with. So if you know the Northland area, that it'll make, it's pretty accurate to that. And then it also has all the deed and the mortgage and the tax history as well. So you can see what kind of, deed he has. So he's got an intra-family transfer. He's divorced.
Does he need a wife? I have somebody. I'm happily married.
Oh, I was
I've got friends.
Yeah, so he bought the house married. He bought the house married. You can see that. And then 2023, it says divorce.
Yeah, so again, that's not probably something you'd want at your open house,
No, but it's good information to
but
know.
it's still good information. This is really good information, like if you were a buyer's agent,
Exactly.
being able to like educate yourself on the seller situation, like that would give you actually a really good upper hand in a negotiation, like knowing all this. You don't want to go into that sort of thing blind.
Mm-hmm.
No, maybe that's-
Good.
I know,
Talk about giving yourself
I've been so
value.
excited for this class, to be honest, just as like, I've known that RPR, but like, there's so much.
So there's his loan amount right there. That's what he, so his down payment was substantial.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
It was a very substantial, down payment and, yeah, so that was, he bought it in 20, yeah, so it's a 30-year loan. And then, yeah, so that's the only thing he's done. He hasn't put a credit line on it or anything. And then, yeah, this is the tax assessment for 2023 too. I don't know when 23 is gonna pop on there, probably June.
I mean, the 2023 taxes are out now.
Yeah, I
so
know.
This hasn't updated yet.
But it shows 2022, sales and financing activity history, it just kind of is like I don't know what you call this chart. I don't like these
Yeah,
charts.
I don't know that that would be too useful.
It's not too useful, but, if you can read it, good for you. I can't. But then it kind of explains what it is. I think it's like trying to judge like the price of mortgages
Mhm.
in like the different times, which this one's weird because it's all over.
I'm personally not a big fan of like graphs. I think some people, know how to read a graph, and I think the general public, for the most part, doesn't know unless it's a really simple like pie chart or something.
Yeah.
No, that's
But I think the
real.
ones with, multiple lines going up, I think that
Yeah.
just people.
I don't
just-
understand any of that, so I'm glad I'm not the only one. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Okay, so market trends, then this is a little tab on the address and it's gonna tell you all the market trends in that zip code. So Delaware, Ohio, sellers market, 1.21 months of inventory. So what is that exactly?
So a balanced market, where it's not a seller's market, it's not a buyer's market, a balanced market has 4 to 6 months of inventory.
Okay,
So this location, Delaware, has, what did it say, 1.2, I
Yeah.
can't read this, 1.2 months of inventory. So basically, the lower the inventory, the more strong of a seller's market it's going to be. Because basically what that means is if everything that's on the market now, sold, it would sell off in 1.2 months.
I see, okay.
There have been times over the past few years where literally the inventory was about 3 weeks worth.
Right.
Whereas if nothing new got listed, it would all sell off in 3 weeks based on the current pace. So 1.2 is actually kind of up from what it was, a couple years ago, but that's still very low. 4 to 6 months is considered the balanced market, and we're obviously nowhere near that. So it's gonna be a seller's market for the foreseeable future. But some zip codes, like if you did, certain areas of town are actually
Yeah.
buyers markets, believe it
So
or not.
let's do a different,
Yeah,
zip
I'd love
code
to
on a
see
market trend. So what's Reynoldsburg
So-
zip code?
43068.
I feel like Reynoldsburg's probably a pretty strong seller's market too. I don't even know off the top of my head which areas are buyers markets, but I've seen some statistics saying that.
So if you look up that and then,
Go to marketing or reports.
that's a good question.
Um,
So it's research and then you're gonna go into residential market trends. And then what was the zip code again?
43068.
43068. All right, so this is Reynoldsburg. So they have half a month of inventory.
Yeah, so Reynoldsburg is extremely hot just because of the price point.
Mhm.
Like it's mostly that kind of first time buyer price point.
Yeah.
And being on that side of town, you know, closer to Intel and that's helping too.
Yeah.
I love Reynoldsburg.
Reynoldsburg is nice.
Can you put in?
I lived there for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna explain what these tabs mean really fast.
Question over here, Sam.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, I was trying to follow with
Yeah,
you
you're
and I
good.
messed up. So I went
We're
here,
going to research
yeah, research,
and then residential market trends.
residential market trend,
And
and then
anything you want.
43068. So we did that. Oh, I can't,
Alright.
how do I do that last?
Okay, so, when you see like new listings and you're like, I don't wanna see this new list. So you see active listings and you're like 13 days in RPR. What does that mean? So it's kind of, I'm not gonna say silly how they calculate it, but this graph, it's basically the key statistics for properties that were in active status until the last day of March. So basically, these active listings have been active for an average of 13 days. Which, if you think about it, that's
Yeah.
not,
That's
Super
not-
long.
No.
cause I think if we look at,
Sam, what was the inventory level for Reynoldsburg?
it was half a month,
Yeah, so
0.47.
So Roby, you've got a buyer for that area, who likes to make low
Yes, this
offers,
is very
like
top.
this is great information.
It's a very
to share with the buyer.
Oh, so that,
That's probably one of the hottest markets in the city with that level of
So
inventory.
how many different numbers?
Like every time it comes out, it's just pretty
oh,
much like, hey,
43068,
open house, the
Yeah.
following weekend and the next day's.
Mhm,
best-
yeah.
best.
Oh, cause you're, so I did single family only.
Oh,
I should
okay.
explain that, but,
Thank
also,
you.
when you are doing this, it's going to populate first as single family, condo, house and apartment. I like doing mine just single family, cause
Yeah.
I don't wanna see that apartment stuff, I don't. Like condos and townhomes, yeah, I do, but I just don't wanna see apartments, so. I'm only worried about single family. So now I showed you the active listings. Now if we look at the sold listings, which is also, it's for sold, that one's a little different. So this is the key statistics for properties that sold that month. So these listings that were sold, they were only in RPR for 14 days.
Hmm.
So if you think about it, this active is only 13 days on those 14, is like on that 14th day,
Does RPR show the list price to sold price ratio?
it does, well,
Cause I know you can see that on MLS and I think that's a really,
yes, so
No.
100.4%.
yeah, so again, Roby, the average property in Reynoldsburg is selling for over list price.
Hmm.
Just barely over list price,
Yeah,
but over list
I
price.
see.
So, you know, some zip codes, you might look them up and it might be, 96% of list price on average. Reynoldsburg is probably one of the few areas where it's still averaging above list price. Doesn't mean every property is selling above list, but the average is above list.
So it also, it has the public record sales for March, so these are, sales that weren't in the MLS, so there were
Yeah.
21 properties that were sold off MLS, but if you look, they were sold for $259 and the average list price is $306, so they lost $50,000.
That's a good way to look at it too, yeah, seriously.
Like, there's so much information on here that you
Yeah.
can.
Wait, where did you look at? I need that.
Yeah,
If you
Or
scroll
Fizbo.
down,
exactly, for business.
But where?
scroll all, I think it's almost all the way down. Yeah,
oh,
sold
I
public
need to
record.
talk to Nicole
So
about.
these are all non-MLS sales.
Yeah.
calling
In March
expires and
2024.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
and She told me that
21.
she was gonna.
Okay.
And the sold, median sold price $259, but if you look, the average sale price
Yeah.
for MLS and non-MLS was 306, so.
Yeah. No, that's-
This would just, if you printed just honestly this page out to a
Yeah.
seller and be like, 21 people sold their house off market and they got, the average was 50,000 less than the
There's-
median sold price on the MLS.
Yeah, there's
That's
so
just
much on
true.
here. That's great for sale by owner. There's so much you can use for sellers. There's so much that you can use. I was just talking to Roby about using this for a buyer that he has that wants to make lowball offers. Showing
Oh, yeah,
in
something
Reynoldsburg.
Yeah.
So yeah, show him this and,
Tell them these
it doesn't
sellers
mean
don't
that
have
every,
to
it
take
doesn't mean that
lowballs.
every property's selling above list, but the average is
Right.
above list. So people
Yeah.
are not getting properties in Reynoldsburg at 20,000 under list.
Yeah.
So
So will this do it for land?
that's a good question.
Yeah, it does. There's a lot land for.
As I know it has commercial stuff, and like I said, I did not look at any of the commercial stuff for Roby. You might want to,
Yeah.
if you had that one buyer.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a land.
I don't know a damn thing about commercial, so I just didn't even, it was like, huh? So I just kind of ignored that, Sold Public Records is really like such a good resource on here, like. I really like that is shown on here. And then, you can see all the research options they have, like for zip codes, address, neighborhood, school, market activity, which these are what are all these reports, and I'll send them over email too.
The schools one would be a good one to have an open house, because that's a really
Yeah.
common question, like where's the elementary school, where's the middle school?
I'm gonna send, we're running out of time and I
I
put too much on my plate for this, cause RPR is just awesome, but
We can do more at a future meeting.
yeah, honestly,
I'm interested in seeing the school report, you don't pull it now, but like, does that include like the
Let's do it.
cards for schools?
let's
I-
do it.
Under-
I'm gonna show,
What's it-
I'm gonna see if I can.
What
populate.
schools do we wanna do?
We're in Reynoldsburg, let's go ahead and do Reynoldsburg schools.
43068.
6 8.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, so if you
So
were
I
to
can read
print,
it, what else does it show on there?
so it's kind of, it doesn't look awesome, but it'll show you, it goes by school name or school, you can do it by school rating, or you can do it by proximity. So if we put an address in, that would be best, but for school rating, so Everest High School, the charter school in Reynoldsburg, it's the best school in Reynoldsburg. And then Reynoldsburg High School Easton and Summit Road Elementary School, which,
That's nice.
yeah.
You went to school
Yeah.
Helen?
Class of 2015.
Not very long ago.
I went to Baldwin Road in junior high for a year.
there? My son goes there, Baldwin.
Really?
Mhm.
I went there for a year.
It's better. I mean.
I
it's
believe you.
school.
I believe you. Yeah, C plus, not bad. But, yeah, no, school report's cool. I've never actually looked at the school report, but yeah, you could just print that out to an open house and be like, these are the schools we're in.
This is literally just kind of like tip of the iceberg for RPR.
It absolutely is, cause me and Marcia, we went to a class, it was a golden letters class, and basically, this guy, he had made this letter and it was like, I have a buyer who might be interested in your home, would you be interested in selling it? He didn't actually have a buyer for this property, and he sent it to everyone in the neighborhood. And he used he used some platform that I think he paid for to get all of these addresses, but you can just get them for.
No,
Yeah.
Title company will do.
But I can, yeah,
Yeah,
but if I
there
want, but if I want the
There
list
you
for
go.
myself, I can just go, so I did, I did, my grandparents live in Oak Creek. I went to a school at Tandy Orange, so not Oak Creek, Wisconsin. A lot of my best friends or people I even went to high school with live in Oak Creek. So I was thinking about maybe doing the golden letters there. This is my grandparents' house. But if you do map and location, and then, I just think this is really cool. And then, you do, where is it? More filters. You're gonna do public records for sale, or, sorry, you're gonna do public records. And then, it's gonna show every house. every house.
Mm.
And then if you just go, where is it? I think it's create, not create, I mean, obviously you can create the reports for this, but,
Mhm.
how did I do it, Marcy?
I know, I'm trying to remember, cause I did it.
You can literally export
It
all the
was-
owner's name and the address into
All
a
the,
spreadsheet.
yeah,
Nice.
Like,
I don't
That's so cool.
We can do a part two of
yeah,
this.
we'll have to do a
finish
part
up.
two.
Yeah, that was.
now I'm mad that I forgot how to do
Me
this.
too, but I
because-
can show you it right here, if it'll let me.
Yeah, it-
Oh, no, my computer's being dumb, but, maybe I can. Yeah, my computer's just hating my guts right now. Yeah, I can, there's a lot of things you can do on here,
Yeah,
and,
we'll schedule this
Yeah.
again at a future meeting, maybe even the next one.
but I'll send all those reports out to everyone.
We have to do a Pelotonia meeting here shortly, but I wanna, go around the room real quick. Cause I know, some people here have some things they wanna talk about.
Okay.
So, we will go around the room, we will do new listings, now buyers, we'll go around the room first, then we'll go around the Zoom second.
Okay.
Roby, you got anything you wanna bring up, any
No, no listings, but just.
working with buyers, making a lot of offers, some of them low, but,
So,
yeah.
we'll show them that, actually.
But,
Yeah, there you go.
Roby has a commercial property in contract.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
Marcia,
cool too.
Nothing.
Oh,
you got some things in the pipeline though. You're working on things.
I'm trying, I mean, but it's, until it's like solid, I don't know, I just don't wanna speak. But,
They don't start out solid though.
Speak it, speak what you want.
okay, well, I mean, I'm hoping to meet with an investor, flipper guy. Eve's over, so I should be getting with him soon, so.
That's good.
And then I do have a listing, I'm hoping to come into my, possession soon.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
And so with investors, you have to do a contract with them, correct?
So the buyer representation agreement,
Buyer
of course.
representation.
Every single buyer, yeah, regardless of what they're buying, yeah. Mhm.
So, with a contractor, is that, do you suggest like day by day contract with them for the house?
Well, let's make that a separate conversation.
Okay.
That's gonna be too long for what we have left here, but
Okay,
we will talk
okay.
about that. Sam, what you got?
So my cousin's husband came out of the get-go out of nowhere and was like, I think I'm gonna build some houses this year. And I was like, okay. So he's actually interested in looking at 3 lots, was Weldon? That was,
No,
it was by Children's,
Wagner.
yeah, Wagner.
Yeah.
So it was by Children's
Southern
Hospitals, yeah, Southern Orchards, it'll be a great place for him to build, it's 3 lots, I don't know when he's going to look at it, but, he wants to do it, so hoping that maybe he'll actually be good at it, so, yeah.
Find out
And I'm
You're
excited.
hoping,
No, but that's the thing, I'm excited, cause like, I don't know the process of even building a home either, so I'm excited to learn.
exciting, yeah,
Or buying
And
lots.
then hopefully you'll be the listing agent once he builds them too.
yeah,
Yes,
yes,
That's the real goal.
that's what you want.
Yes.
well, so he was like, well, I don't know if I'm gonna rent them out or sell them, so maybe.
He's not renting out brand new homes, so he's gonna sell.
You're right, yeah, so,
Yeah, that's.
let's hope he's a good
Headache.
builder.
Yeah. All right, Jasmine,
Um,
what you got? I know you got a exciting thing happening next week.
I do, buyer's consultation
Yeah.
next week.
Okay.
And then I'm actually messaging one of my old clients, so that she can sign the buyer's contract. But I'm glad she's ready to buy again, so that's good.
Good.
So 2 buyers in the works right now.
That's
Yep, and
fantastic.
still reaching out, following up, follow up. I keep telling myself it's the most, how you get your business. is
Yes.
follow up.
Absolutely, yes,
Repeat,
yes.
repeat.
Yeah, yeah. All right, well, Chelsea's on the screen.
Yeah. Right, Chuck.
Chelsea, you got some exciting stuff going on.
Yes, I have, I think tomorrow actually should have a meeting. What? Hold on 1 second. It's just thunder, it's okay.
Oh, it's
I
raining.
should have a meeting with a potential buyer client actually for Rick's listing, so she really loves that house.
Woohoo!
Yep, and then one of my stop, Dave. One of my oh my gosh, he wants to say hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
One of my best friends is ready to buy too, so she just signed the buyer's agreement yesterday. So yeah.
That's a win.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Chelsea, you've been licensed for how long now?
Like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yes, you get an extra round of applause.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, who else we got on there, Sam?
We got Doug and Craig.
All right, Doug, you want to go next?
Yes. Actually, not a whole lot on my side. Just have a buyer. We continue to look in Upper Arlington and going through there trying to find out property for them. But outside of that, not much going on. However, I would say a plug for similar with what we're doing here is the CAP Partners similar activity that are on Wednesday, every other Wednesday from 11 a.m. to noon, where they go through. Marcy, I think you've sat in on those,
Trading floor.
and they're
Oh,
great
yeah,
information. It's great information. So if
Yes.
you, well worth the time to visit that. So
Good point, Doug.
Okay, good to know. I always
Is it
just see the
everyone?
text so late. Plus, we're always down
Yeah.
there now.
I just want to bring something with me next time.
Right,
What do you need? That's what I'm waiting on.
Cause
Well-
so it was the trading for Airtable, they have
It's
like,
the off-market listing.
like bring your
So-
buyer's
so
ideas
we-
and your listing ideas.
Get in on it before it goes to market, you know, you have like first dibs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
At the
But it's-
market center.
and they talk about that, but they also, if you just have buyers and you're looking, it's a great opportunity to
Yeah.
share that, because a lot of people don't look at the air tables. I know there's conversations that Lori has had where they're, well, you have a condo here or whatever, and it's like people don't look at that air table.
Yeah.
So when you get face to face and then you start talking, things materialize. And just with the
Yeah.
number of agents, there's still minimal people going to it. I think there was only 6 or 7 last time,
it'll
but I
catch
think
on.
as we
Yeah.
go along, it's going to start to increase is
Yeah.
once they see value to it.
We'll try to get to them too, Sam, and then we.
Yeah, for sure.
To it. Great advice, Doug.
Maybe we can get to one and like just tell everyone like,
Yeah.
we're going, let's
Yeah.
all,
Yeah.
Yeah, we can kind of,
we can pick a week to
Set it,
go.
Sam.
Yeah.
All right, Craig, I know you got something important to tell us about.
Oh, yeah.
he's not able
Open
to
the
talk right
chat.
now.
Oh, no.
Not able to talk right now, but got my listing and contract and closing the signing on it.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Good job.
Yes. All right, that's everybody, right?
Yeah,
All right. Well, guys, sorry it ran a little long, but thanks as always for coming, and obviously there's a lot of good information today. We probably squeezed a little too much in, but
yeah.
we never know. So, but we'll do another follow-up RPR at the next meeting. What do you guys think? Before you go, what's your opinion? Should we do weekly meetings? I started out the year doing weekly because there was so much with the, commission lawsuits, residual effects of that. So I was doing them weekly because there was so much information. Right now, I feel like we're a bit in a holding pattern with that stuff. We know these
Mhm.
big things are coming up in July. We're kind of prepared for those. Do you guys want to do weekly meetings? Do you want to do them bi-weekly? Do you want to do them once a month?
I like weekly.
I like weekly.
Because I feel like you're giving us some good.
Yeah,
Today was-
like,
today was great.
yeah, this was great.
I just want to make sure if we do it weekly, that we have, value to provide to you guys.
Right,
Yeah.
So
Right.
if we're gonna continue weekly, and I'm 100% on board with that, send me ideas for things
Yeah,
that you'd like to
yes,
talk about.
please.
Because
Okay.
Sometimes I'm like, I just don't really know what to cover this week.
cause I mean, I still have too much
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
Let's do that again next
Alright,
week.
let's just
Let's do
do
that
that.
again.
Rome's
So-
Rome's not built in,
In a day,
A
right?
day.
That's my expression, yes.
For
So, we won't do a meeting on the days, the third Thursday of every
Right.
month when the company
Yeah.
meeting happens.
Which-
It'll be 3 meetings a month, basically.
okay.
But, okay, we'll continue to do them weekly.
I like
Well,
And-
Greg, appreciate
And,
you.
and we'll plan on, RPR again next week, unless something drastic comes up that we need to discuss instead.
I like getting with our team. I like you guys.
All right, so, no one on Zoom is for Pelotonia, so honestly, it's probably just gonna be us,
I think so.
but we can make some.
Well,
exceptions.
isn't Doug?
Oh, Doug.
Oh, Doug,
Doug's-
you're gonna do Pelotonia.
Doug's part of
Can you
Peloton.
stay on Zoom while we talk about that?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Is there anyone coming?
there's a meeting.
Uh,
Okay, I'm very disappointed that you guys are not participating in the Pelotonia.
I'm still
Good.
thinking about it.
Okay,
It's still
okay.
thinking about it. There's a meeting downstairs.
Me?
We're
You
going,
wanna
we're
do
doing it.
You wanna do it?
I don't know.
No
maybe.
pressure, but if you wanna do it, stay for this.
I've never done anything like this in my life, and I
Neither
don't
have I.
even know why I did this, and I'm doing this, but I'm doing it, and I have no idea
We
why.
should do it, yeah, I mean,
You-
every time I go pick up my cousin after they're done, you know, the Pelotonia.
Yeah. Well, if you wanna hang around, we're just.
I got a showing at 12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
That's-
weren't, no, that's more
Hey, Sam,
important.
did you stop the recording?